When I was growing up, my sister Betsy and I lived with our family in a charming old farmhouse. We loved exploring its dusty corners and climbing the apple trees in the backyard, but our favorite thing was the ghost. We called her Mother. She always seemed so kind and nurturing. It was a good thing too. Betsy and I were always getting sick, and her comfort was something we gotten used to. Some mornings, Betsy and I would wake up, and on each of our nightstands, we'd find a cup that hadn't been there the night before. Mother had left them there, worried we'd get thirsty during the night fighting our illnesses. She just wanted to take care of us. Among the house's original furnishings was an antique wooden chair, which we'd kept against the back wall of the living room. Whenever we were preoccupied, watching TV or playing a game, Mother would inch the chair forward, moving it across the room, towards us. Sometimes she'd manage to move it all the way to the center of the room. We always felt sad putting it back against the wall. Mother just wanted to be near us. One night, I was awoken by a loud thud and gasping sounds, so I immediately jolted up. Betsy was on the ground. Her nightstand was knocked over, and there was foam coming out of her mouth. I started screaming as I ran to get my parents, but I was too late. When my parents came in and checked my sister's pulse, she was already dead. Frustrated, my dad stomped the chair in the middle of the room, and the frail aged wood broke into several pieces. I was too young for all the details after the paramedics arrived, so my father put me into the other room. I'd later found out that my sister died from lead poisoning. The old run-down plumbing system still had some lead pipes, a risk we had no knowledge of. Things weren't ever the same, and we moved to a new house in the weeks following. Years later, long after we moved out, I found an old newspaper article about the farmhouse's original occupant, a widow. She'd been blamed with the murder of her 2 children. The kids were found dead, foam coming out of their mouths. This was a good while before the effects of lead poisoning were known, and she was no doubt innocent. She'd hung herself in the same room before she could stand trial. The article included a photo of the farmhouse's living room with a woman's body hanging from a beam. Beneath her, knocked over, was that old wooden chair, placed in the center of the room.